Mark, fatal blow has had just the one run for your stable, but a very pleasing one, I'm sure it was.
Yeah, look, he's shown good talent since he arrived here. He's got good natural pace out of the gate, so I thought he did a good job on debut.
He's had sort of a month or thereabouts between runs. You give him that trial, just a case of maintenance to take him over?
Yeah, that's all, just a nice soft trial to keep his fitness levels up, give him plenty of time to recover after that first run. Looks a nice race for him.
Any noticeable sort of developments with him? I mean, he's only had the one run. Have you sort of seen him improve through his track work, etc.?
Oh, not really. He's a horse that doesn't show a lot in his work. He's there when you ask him. He hasn't changed much, but he's a pretty straightforward horse.
He's got gate 7, pretty similar to his debut as well, so I guess that gives Luke an option or two.
Yeah, and look, now he's had that run, he can be a little bit more aggressive on him if he needs to be. He goes in there a little bit fitter and with a bit more experience.
He's good at that around the valley, isn't he, Luke? He's very good off the front around there, I've noticed.
Yeah, and he's won a lot of races for us doing that. He's a good barrier jockey, gets him into a position early, and then he can dictate the speed.
Proved that by holding on to one recently as well.
Yeah, and look, he's just a good jockey, full stop. We're getting on well and working well together.
Andrea, one horse that's always given us a little bit of entertainment, I suppose, during his career so far is Beauty Destiny, but you might just have the keys to him because he was good last time.
Oh, he was very good. He's a horse that he's always showed plenty of ability in his races, and he's had his quirks. Well, he still has, I think, but hopefully we found the key to him, and getting his head in front again the last day, hopefully to him a lot of confidence, and now we can keep going with him, and hopefully we can win a few more.
And is that sort of the salient point with him, Andrea, is that he just needs a lot to perhaps go right for him, and when it does, he can obviously look as good as we know he can be? Yeah,
obviously we changed sort of tactics the last day. He's a horse that he sort of won making and running, and we're trying something different. He actually ran well the time before last when he was third, and we dropped him in that day and he actually flew home. So we're trying the same tactics again, and he seems to love passing horses now. Like, I was very lucky that the last day that I managed to follow the horse that I thought he was the one to beat, and I got a good lead into the race, and I just sort of left out as late as I could to give him a go, because I'm not sure what he does when he hits the front. And anyway, he got up on the line. It was great to get a winner on him.
Yeah, it was good to see him win again for sure. Obviously, mentioning the form, Storming Dragon was the horse you did beat. He's come out and won since, so at least on paper, I know they don't race on it, but that looks good.
Sure, no, like I said, the second horse has won again since. He's gone up 6 pounds. He's carried top weight, but he's a big, strong horse. And like I said, hopefully now that he's got his head in front, he might be a little bit better than the Class 4.
David, Allgreektome is a runner for you in race number 8. Lightly raced horse, we don't see a great deal of him, but when we did last, he was pretty good in defeat.
Yeah, he was. He drew wide, worked hard to get to the lead, and just got pipped on the post. He's got a good barrier this week and probably a little bit more fit, third run. Should run well.
Just touching, I know he's had one or two little issues. Have all of those sort of creases been ironed out now with him?
Yes, he got a nasty hock infection and it lingered for a long time. But that's well past him now, and hopefully he's on his third run for the season, and hopefully we can get 8 or 9.
You mentioned the good draw. Obviously his running style would certainly lend kindly to gate number 1, and you've got a claim as well.
Yes, he went particularly well for that boy, so I thought I'd give him another chance on him.
Wouldn't mind another crack at horsepower. I mean, he looks pretty handy, but you are receiving plenty of weight from him.
Yes, there's a good swing in the weights, and the barrier, big difference, I think. He hopefully can get to the lead without working quite as hard.
Hugh, Rocket Spade is your ride in race number 9 this Wednesday night at Happy Valley. You're back on board. You're the only man to have actually won on the horse.
Yes, he's been a good horse to me, but look, he's a very consistent horse, and he's shown that the class rises, hasn't disturbed that consistency, and drawn a little awkwardly, barrier 10, so he's going to need a little bit of luck from there, but he's a horse that likes to find his feet anyway, so it's not the end of the world, but we just need the pace to suit, as always.
He's a 1650 metre winner, but he has run some very good races over 18. Did the trips come sort of alike to him, really?
Oh, look, I don't think it's... I think it's more the way the race is run than the distance, to be fair, and look, he comes into the race, he's got a nice rating for a race like this, and he looks well placed once again.
Yeah, Talking of being placed, he's placed off much higher marks in the past, of course. Winning Steps was a horse that won the race last time. You're certainly better off at the weights with him. I know you didn't ride him last time, but certainly worth a crack at him to try and turn that form around.
Yeah, well, again, I think, there's a few horses in the race that are racing well. Illuminous is another one. He's been consistent. So, look, it's a pretty even affair. So, luck in running is going to play a big part, and hopefully it's on our side.